because I know that sometimes you just want to do your job and go home, but the weapons that are fashioned against you have refused to let you do just that.
Oh my God, this our boss is so difficult. The moment you open your mouth to agree, my dear sister, my dear brother, trouble. He will never come up in a conversation to say, oh my God, you went to an endless ocean party and that's why you became late.
My OGs, my real Gs, my incoming Gs, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my God, you guys, I don't even know whether to apologize. I feel like I've been away from YouTube for like a year. I know it's been like a month since I last posted, but because of like how I intended for YouTube to be, like how consistent I'm going to be on YouTube, it just feels like I've been away for ages and ages, and it was really just hard to get by. It was like, oh, once I stopped filming, I wasn't able to, do anything else. So I was in Abuja like early January, like mid-January for work, and I done like a vlog of, going back to Abuja, and my plan was to post that vlog, and then I had like a Temu unboxing short vlog, unplanned vlog in between, and then my plan was, oh, you know what, I'm going to post these vlogs and then start filming. But by the time work struck in the second week of January, it was so chaotic. I kept dragging my feet. I even got like a new mic to motivate myself, but it was just really so hard. And I realized that, oh my God, I was just dragging, and I wasn't posting. And because I was in that limbo where I felt like, oh, I had to post in sequence, so I had to post the vlog that I already vlogged and edited before I could like post a new video. It was just also crazy. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? If the vlog has become so hard to edit, I might as well just film another video, like a sit down video like I usually do, and then move on from there. If the vlog ever makes it to YouTube, praise Jesus. If it doesn't, praise Jesus. But you guys, I'm here and I miss you guys so much. If you're new here, you're welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I've seen different types of people in the workplace. The one who genuinely want to be your friend, no strings attached. The one who want to sabotage you openly, like they know they're openly hostile to you. They know that you don't like them. You said you know that these people are out to get you. It's very obvious. But you see the ones that we should be worried about, the ones that are from, I don't want to say the pit of hell because salvation is for everybody, but the ones that will pretend and cozy up to be, in your very before, they're like all nice, all friendly and all of that. Then behind you, they're trying to, paint you bad to your manager, make you look as if you're a terrible person, you're a crazy person, and all of that bad stuff. Those are the type that we're going to talk about, because I know that sometimes you just want to do your job and go home, but the weapons that are fashioned against you have refused to let you do just that. So this video is to help you, be smart about it and be strategic about how you deal with them. Work in HR, I've seen the craziest stuff when it comes to working with difficult colleagues. Now I've seen it on both sides, when people come to report as HR, and me as HR myself interpreting it. I once had this two people where I worked, and we were always at loggerhead. I mean, this person was always, in front of everybody, all nice and all of that, so crazy. And then one day, I think she had an altercation with this other person, and I don't know what transpired, but she sent an email to this person telling the person, oh, I didn't like how you spoke to me today. I feel like we could have the email was like supposedly airing her grievance, or saying that, oh, I think we could have done it this way, or I sent you an email, I needed this to be done, but you said that you were following policies and all of that. That's not the crazy part, right? It's okay to send an email to air your grievance and all of those things. Do you know where the crazy part and where the drama started from? She BCC'd me. I work in HR. She BCC'd HR. And anybody, if you don't know what BCC is, it means the blind copy. When you send an email, there is the toe where you send who you are sending it to. There's the CC, people you also want to be in copy of the email, and then there's the blind copy. Blind copy are people that you want to see the email, but you don't want the other people that you sent it to or that you CC to know that this person is in the email. So all they do is that they get the email that was sent out. When replies are sent, they don't get it, and that's why it was really so crazy. Because it was later I found out that she didn't just BCC me or BCC HR. She also BCC'd the CEO. Sis, that's crazy, isn't it? At the time you go back to the context of the email, they were trying to make it look as if they're trying to report without reporting. To the person that they attend the email to, would think that, oh, okay, maybe we're having like a conversation and all of these things, nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. But to people who were blind copied, it's like, okay, this is actually going on. So the other person might just even have sent their reply and will not have copied HR and CEO because they didn't know they were blind copied. But you know, when they say one of the easiest, one of the best way to deal with these people is to deal them held on. I really, really loved what the second person did. When the second person was replying the email, the person copied HR and copied CEO and COO. Like, it wasn't blind copy anything. Like, the person, it wasn't blind copy. It wasn't blind copy. It wasn't copy. Like, I don't know who you think you are or says. And the person, when I just finished, like, I finished reading the email, I was like, you know what, I'm not sure inside, but like, yes. Like, yes, I'm glad that you responded to them this way. I'm glad that you copied HR publicly. I'm glad that you copied the CEO, copied leadership publicly, because if this person had just responded, right, the people that were blind copied will not see the email. And I thought, and I was thinking about how much of a sabotage that was. Like, there was no mistake for you to move to CC, from CC field, from TOE field to CC field to BCC field. There is no mistake. This person was very intentional about, I would think about it like a setup, like, oh, this is what happened though. I don't want you to look as if I'm like carrying tales, but I also want you to be in the email. Like, if you really wanted the person to have a fair, like a level playing ground, copy everybody in the beginning. So when the person is advocating for themselves or justifying themselves or explaining the reason why this happened, they will be able to see that, okay, I'm explaining to everybody involved. But no, you blind copy this person. You guys, I think that's the highest level of sabotage that there is. But that's just my personal opinion. How then do you do this about people? Let's get right into it.
The first step is that you have to learn how to identify these people early enough. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go on a wild goose chase and then saying that, oh my god, be paranoid, everybody's out to get me, I need to do X, I need to do... No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that all of these people have the same MO. They send passive-aggressive emails. Like, you and the person can just talk about something right now, and then you move on, and then when you get an email regarding that issue, it's like you can sense that they're not your friend in that email. You can sense that the email that they're sending, either they're trying to be authoritative, they're trying to be derogatory, but the email just has a tone that is not right. That's one. The other one is they're always trying to correct you publicly. Now, I'm not saying that they have to cover your shame, cover your errors, no. But you will see that probably, let me give you an example. Both of you worked on a document. This person saw the document beforehand. Let's say you sent the document to this person before you entered the meeting, and then they didn't say anything, or they said that, oh, good to go. And then you enter the meeting and they are the ones to point out an error on the doc that you're already presenting, but you sent it to them, or they were also a party to it. Like, and the way they would do it, like, oh yeah, there's this thing, or maybe next time just do XYZ. Or maybe next time you should have done this. Oh, you should have sent it to me. Or they'll make it like, oh, maybe next time I would help you. Maybe next time you can send it to me and I'll help you take a look at it. But you sent it to them, and they said, oh, good to go. Or they said nothing. But like, they have this sort of undertone in how they talk to you, especially in public. They're not your friends. These are all of the things that you need to train yourself. You need to train your ears to pick it up. See, if you're going to do corporate, everybody everywhere knows this. Corporate Nigeria, corporate America. If you're going to do corporate, you need to have discernment of spirits. I think that's the long and short of it. That's the word for it. The long and short of it is you actually do need to have discernment of spirits. You need to know when people are not who they say they are or who they present themselves to you. And then another way to find out is they always have like two sides and two faces. To you, they're all nice, all fluffy. It doesn't even have to be you. You know when they say this thing where they say experience is the best teacher, but it doesn't have to be your own experience that teaches you. That thing is very true. If you see how they treat other people, so they act all friendly to this person and then they come out in public and they try to dismiss this person, you need to know that you are not special. Nothing like, oh, she's different with me. Yeah, not my days. There's nothing different. There is come breakfast. I hope I said that right. It will still come back to you. So when you clock it from afar, you need to know how to deal with them in the beginning. That deal with them sounded like a choice, but that's not what I mean. I mean like handle them. Number 2. Document everything. If you're working with somebody that you find out is always twisting words, saying what is not said, or saying what has been said, or twisting or conveniently forgetting conversations that have happened, you need to stop having verbal conversations. Now, I know that if you work in person, and you work in like an office setting, either like fully on-site or hybrid, it might be hard because usually it's easier to just walk up to your office and have verbal conversations. But then I used to work with someone that would have a conversation with you. You both agree on the deliverable, and then they will go, and then when they do, it's like they forget about what they've said, or they think about how else this thing could be done. In their head, they agree it could be done that way, and then they're expecting you to do it that way, forgetting that they didn't have that conversation with you. And then when you're having this conversation with them, like maybe giving feedback or progress update, they're like, oh no, this is not how it should be done. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not crazy. One thing I pride myself in, right, is that I have a very good memory. I have a very good memory. See, I may not remember exactly what happened, but I know what did not happen. So in my head, I was like, am I crazy? This thing didn't happen. And then when I noticed it was a pattern, I was like, you know what? Yeah, we're not talking again. Like, send me, text me. Like, even if it's what I see some people that when you work in corporate, you have to document everything. Like, even if it's WhatsApp, a WhatsApp screenshot can save your job. Even if it's Slack, even if it's Teams, even if it's email, like, you need to be able to document everything. When you have verbal conversations, send them a message, depending on how formal that thing is, right? You can send an email, copy every person that needs to be copied. Oh, hi, Rachel, this is a summary of everything that we spoke about today. X are the deliverables, and these are the expected timeline, XYZ. Kindly confirm alignment or let me know if I missed anything. Make sure that they acknowledge and they confirm. If it's not very formal, like it's not like maybe 100% related to like a deliverable, send a WhatsApp message that, oh, hi, just following up with a summary of let them confirm, you guys. It will save your job. It's better that you document everything and keep your proof. Screenshot whatever needs to be screenshot. Have a folder for all of these things. Especially if this person has a history of setting people up. You don't want to be caught in that limbo of having to explain yourself, because at the end of the day, right, these kind of people they're very manipulative. So they've somehow gotten in the good graces of the bosses. So at the end of the day, it's going to be your word against theirs. And if you don't have proof, it will be very hard for you to justify yourself or cleanse yourself of all accusations and all of that. Do you get it? Document everything. No. Documentation is corporate 101. Documentation is corporate 101. If you're watching this and you've not started doing a 9 to 5 yet, or you're just looking to get into the job market, you're a fresh graduate, you want to start working, NICC, they know the type person. Okay? But I'm telling you now, document every single thing. Something that you also need to know is these people are not your friends, which is very obvious, right? So there are certain conversations you should not be having with them. And one of the ways that these type of people will draw you in is they give you like certain they create a certain bubble where you feel safe, because they come and they're complaining about management and saying that this thing they didn't do salary reviews this year, or this thing that our boss did. Like, you think that they are on your side. Oh my god, please, I don't, if you've ever had to deal with people like this, let me know in the comment section. Like, let me know that you've had to, and what the scenario was and how you were able to handle it. Like, but they'll come and start complaining about, oh my god, this our boss is so difficult. So the moment you open your mouth to agree, my dear sister, my dear brother, trouble. They will come, make you look as if they're one of the employees. They're like everybody. They will complain and complain. The moment you open your mouth to complain, the same thing that they're complaining, those things will be used against you in the court of corporate. So once they are complaining, just be saying, it is well. Once they're saying things like this, no matter how their salary is low, it is well. Oh, what are we going to do now? We thank the Lord, though. We thank God. It is well. God will help us. Full stop. So they're not your friends. Don't share secrets. Don't tell them that you're doing a side hustle. I had this colleague that was working in one of my previous places, and she makes beads. Right, and then she does her bidding, like she does her bids like at night or whenever she gets over the weekend, and then she does delivering. So one of these days she had to bring a package because she was working on the island and her place was on the mainland, and where she was going to deliver the package to was on the island. She was like, okay, let me get to the island first and then get to the dispatch rider so that it will be cheaper, just a way to save costs, right? She had come with the package, and then this other guy had said that, oh, Hafa, what you had there? She was like, oh, it's beads, I make beaded bags, and all of those things. So okay, that's really nice. Well done. No, I know how the economy can be. Side also businesswoman, hyping her. My fellow 9-to-5ers or non 9-to-5ers who are watching this video, do you know that this guy went to HR to go and tell HR that this person is using company hours and company resources to do her business? She makes beaded bags, and she works fully on site. Like, there's no day she's working remotely. Before you come and say, oh, maybe it's when she was working remotely she's doing this. She works fully on site, Mondays to Fridays, 9 to 5. So tell me, and I was not asking, okay, have you ever seen this person doing beads in the office? And they're like, oh no, we've never. So at what point do you think she's using office hours? And even the delivery station wants to go and do, the way it works is that she's going to just book a dispatch rider. They will come to our office. That is like what 5 minutes, she has dropped it off, and this person that has gone. Even if that's even during company hours, it can be taken from her break. But this person twisted this thing that he found out about this other person, painted it to make her look like the devil, and how she's, oh my god, she's using company resources. It shouldn't be done like that. It's not allowed. They are not your friends. Don't tell them your secret. Don't tell them your sister is getting married. Don't tell them your brother is getting married. Don't tell them anything about you. Oh, how do you manage your salary? It's God that helps me. How do you do this one? It's God that people can't even taint the integrity of others because they are just vile people. So don't tell them like, let's just be hello, hi, oh, can you kindly find attached? Have you reviewed this document? After that, do you allow them to see your status? Depending on where you work. Before, I used to say that where I was working early on, when I was working in TJ, early on, I used to like my bosses to see my WhatsApp status. Even till today, all of them say I didn't know how to block my bosses in my WhatsApp because they are actually very good people. Like they would see my WhatsApp status, I'll make a joke, they'll laugh and laugh and laugh. That's it. It will never come up in a conversation to say, oh my god, you went to an endless ocean party and that's why you came late to work. Never. But by the time I left that place, I learned how two things I didn't used to do in my corporate life. I didn't used to turn off my read receipt on WhatsApp. I didn't used to like block from seeing my status. But when I got there, I had to start blocking from seeing my status because you realize that the type of, and it all boils down to the type of culture in that environment. Because the type of culture here, like everybody are just like chilling. There's no dog eat dog world. Like once you begin to work a place where the owners or the organizations are thriving on, oh, if you report to me or if you tell me things that are going on, we're going to like be friends and all of these things. You begin to breed evil people, you guys. So they're not your friends, though. Block them from everywhere on earth. Don't tell them what you did over the week. How was your weekend? It was pretty good. It was fine. It was short. Those type of vague answers. Don't tell them how you went to one party, how they learn to control escalations yourself. Now, if you work with somebody who is quick to escalate any small thing, they send an email and copy the HR, send an email and copy the manager, send an email. Try to control the escalation yourself. What does this look like? If you have a meeting with this person that you think is going to cause an issue, maybe there was a difference in opinion, a difference in like processes, please open that email box, send an email to the person with a summary of that conversation. Copy your manager, copy their manager, copy everybody that needs to be copied in that email. Explain why you think that you should go the way you said you should go, what the issue was, if it's a problem or a grievance. Explain everything clear in that email and control send. There's no control send, but like I send. The idea is that before this person will spin the storyline to suit their own narrative, you want to get there first and tell the truth. And I don't say get there and spin your own narrative. If you're like that, the host of heaven will send down fire. But that's like on a lighter note. You want to get there with the truth, with the fact of things, and clear your name before there's even a chance for mud to be sprung on your name. So don't wait for them to escalate and then you start explaining yourself. That's you being on the defensive. They can interpret that to you just trying to cover your tracks. No, put it clear and open. If they need to call a meeting, let them call a meeting. Whatever they need to do, let them do it. Make sure that you're controlling escalations. Immediately looks like she wants to escalate, or immediately she sends an email to escalate. Let's say, oh, you didn't click that. Oh, maybe you didn't think it was going to be an issue, but he or she made it an issue. Get on a 3-way call. The person, manager, HR, 10-way call. However way call you need to make, you need to get on those calls, right? And then communicate to this person, like trash it out ASAP. Oh my god, I saw your email from our conversation that we had. It didn't look like that. So I just thought it would be faster to put this call together to just discuss what happened and then see how we can, handle it and move on. Quick and simple, right? And then the last thing that I'm going to say, right, is to focus on your performance. See, it's going to be very hard for people to believe negative things that have been said against you when they know that is not who you are. Performance is going to be in terms of behavior and in terms of technical things, like the technicality of your work, like the reason that you are hired, right? Those two things, when you work on those two things, it will be very hard because at the end of the day, performance is what matters. See, if your performance is below average or even average and they've reported you or somebody who's out to get you has done something to you twice, it will be very hard for them to fight to keep you because they're like, you know what, even if this person is lying and this person is not the truth, but like this thing has come up too much, it's not like this person is even like excellent performer or anything. See, if you're an excellent performer, right, a business will sometimes fight to keep you and then send you on trainings to help you figure out the behavioral things if you actually have behavioral issues, right? But the long and short of it, the nitty-gritty of the matter, the summary of it all is that be a high performer. I would always encourage you to be a high performer. Like, be a, you know, when the Bible says, see that a man who is diligent in his ways. You need to be diligent in everything that you do. You need to say that, okay, for the time that I am working in this organization, I am going to give my 101% to let it reflect in your work. If you work with customers, let your customers be able to say that, I used to have, from one of the people I work, I used to have a sales guy that the customers, they knew him. And then one of them even blatantly told us that, if you don't do this guy well, I'm going to poach him. That's how crazy it was, because the guy was so good at his job. He was so good, it was obvious in his numbers, it was obvious in his customer interactions, and nobody could deny it. See, be that person, and even better. So when anybody's trying to set you up and all of that, your work is going to speak for you. Your other colleagues, because typically like this, when there's an open issue like this, right, one of the things that HR would do is to speak to other people and say, is this person actually like this? Because again, in the amount of 2 or 3, something is established, right? They want to also get like evidence from other people. So you need to have people who will say, no, I've dealt with her before, like peers, I've worked with her before. Rachel cannot do this thing that they said. They don't know you personally, but they can stake their life on it and say, you know what, Rachel can't do this thing. Whoever said this thing is lying. Those are the type of, you want to be able to show that kind of behavior and mount your guard. And then I know I said that this is the final thing, right? I know I said that this is the final thing, but one more tip: if this person who is difficult or who is trying to sabotage your job is someone that is very, very high up, and you feel like, oh my god, they have like so much influence, there's so much that you can do, please dust your CV and start applying for jobs. There are plenty of jobs in the state. You just need to know where to find them. Okay, dust your CV and actually start applying for jobs and trying to get jobs and trying to move on to life. Do you get what I mean? All right, thank you very much. If you've ever had to deal with BCC warriors, blind copiers, let me know in the comment section. If you've ever had to deal with like difficult employees, let me know in the comment section. Let me know how you handled it, how you were able to move on from it. Did you just change jobs and say like, you know what, yeah, listen with this, I can't deal with this, and then you jump ship? How exactly have you handled difficult employees, difficult peers, and all of that? If you would like me to do another video on how to handle difficult bosses, now see, employees are one thing. Like employees, like your colleagues, your peers that are difficult, they are one thing. But you see bosses, if you see the bosses if you've had to deal with a difficult boss, somebody that is after your life, your mental, with colleagues you can still say that, oh, it's emotional. With difficult bosses, your mental health, your job, the entire thing is on the line. If you want me to create a video on my experience with that and how I've been able to navigate it, let me also know in the comment section, and I will do my best to film a video on that, and I will see you in my next video. You guys, if you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with all your 95ers that you know. If you've done 95, especially leave Nigeria, you know that there's always that one person that's like the weapon fashioned against you in that office. If I send it to this person, so they can change. Send it to everybody that you think is going to benefit from it, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you guys. Bye.